December 2001. $63 billion disappeared. Just like that. 4 months was all it took. The seventh biggest company in the United States didn't simply collapse. It vanished into thin air. And the applause? It hadn't even stopped yet. But here's the part they leave out. The workers? They weren't merely casualties. They were hostages. Roughly 20,000 employees cut off from their retirement funds, staring at their vanishing life savings in real time. The sell option? Blocked. And the rot? It didn't begin in 2001. It started way earlier. 14 years earlier, in fact, when the man in charge was told there was fraud happening. His response? Please, keep making us millions. This was Enron. But if you want to understand how 20,000 people ended up trapped inside a financial meltdown, you need to look further back. It didn't begin in a slick conference room. It wasn't born in the 90s tech boom either. It started in a cramped little office in Valhalla, New York, in 1987. February 1987. That's 4 years before Jeff Skilling ever showed up. A small, unassuming office in Valhalla, New York. This is where two oil traders, Louis Bourget and Tom Mastroeni, were calling the shots for Enron's trading unit. On the surface, everything looked solid. The numbers said they were pulling in millions. But once the auditors decided to dig a little deeper, things got strange. They found 2 different sets of financial records, trades that blew past acceptable risk levels, and $3 million quietly funneled into personal bank accounts. That's when the board went to Ken Lay. One board member said, "Ken, these guys are crooked as a dog's hind leg. We've got to cut them loose." Lay asked one question. "How much did they make us last year?" "About 10 million, the board member replied. Lay didn't flinch. "Then please, keep making us millions." He didn't fire them. Instead, he gave them more room to gamble. And 6 months later, it backfired. Hard. A single reckless move cost Enron $140 million. Only then did Lay act surprised, pretending to just now spot the fraud. That's when he finally let them go. That's the moment Enron's core was locked in. Not in 2001, not even in the go-go 90s. It happened back in '87. But a company fueled by look the other way thinking, it couldn't run on rogue traders alone. It needed a framework, a mindset, a whole culture. And 4 years later, that walked right through the front door. Then came Jeff Skilling, a slick-talking consultant from McKinsey with big ideas and zero patience for small thinking. What if Enron stopped acting like a dusty old pipeline company and started running more like a bank? Not a traditional bank, of course, more like a gas bank. Instead of just shipping natural gas from point A to point B, Enron would start playing the market. Buy gas when it was cheap, sell it when prices climbed, and make bets on future prices. The goal? Turn a utility company into something that felt more like a high-stakes trading floor on Wall Street. And, well, it sort of worked. Within a few years, Enron went from that gas company to a self-declared tech powerhouse, claiming to sell the future of energy itself. Fortune magazine? They were sold. Enron was crowned America's most innovative company, 6 years running. But here's what that label didn't show. Inside Enron, innovation had a darker edge. You're in the bottom 15%. But I hit all my targets. Everyone hit their targets. That's the issue. So what happens now? You're out. It happens every 6 months. No exceptions. They had a name for it. Rank and yank. Every performance cycle, the lowest 15% were shown the door. Didn't matter if they did well. Someone had to be cut. So naturally, people stopped asking tough questions. In fact, questioning anything became a risk. Speak up, and your job was on the line. The unspoken rule: don't ask questions. The so-called smartest people in the room built a system where nobody could afford to notice the cracks, even when those cracks were staring them right in the face. And all of it, every blind spot and illusion, was baked right into the numbers. Between 1998 and 2000, Enron's stock didn't just climb, it skyrocketed. From $7 to $90. That's a jump of over 1,000% in just 3 years. But here's the thing, nobody really stopped to ask where that money was actually coming from. Turns out, it all boiled down to 2 sleight-of-hand accounting tricks. Trick 1. Mark-to-market accounting. Usually, companies report profits as they earn them, bit by bit over time. Enron, though, they decided to take the entire projected profit of a deal, sometimes 20 years into the future, and book it on day 1. It wasn't just counting your chickens before they hatched. It was counting the chickens your great-great-grandkids might have one day. Hold on, you can do that? We're already doing it. And what if those numbers turn out wrong? Simple, we just change the numbers. And believe it or not, the SEC signed off on it. Trick 2. Special purpose entities. These were like imaginary friends, created to carry Enron's debt away so it didn't show up on their books. Think of it like this. You sell your totaled car to your dog, and then hand your dog your credit card. On paper, you don't own the car or the debt anymore. Totally absurd, but technically legal. Enron pulled this off thousands of times. So what exactly does LJM do? It's a structured finance vehicle that optimizes our balance sheet. It's smoke and mirrors. But the ratings agencies didn't care. Wall Street kept stamping Enron with buy recommendations. The same banks giving Enron financial advice were also rating their stock. If you ever see this kind of setup, don't walk, run. August 14th, 2001. Jeff Skilling stepped down. The reason given? / to spend more time with family. When a CEO says that, it's usually a signal. Something's wrong, and it's time to start planning your way out. The very next day, an anonymous memo landed on Ken Lay's desk. It came from Sharon Watkins. I am incredibly nervous that we will implode in a wave of accounting scandals. Lay didn't ask how bad it was. He didn't ask who was involved. He asked one thing. Do we have legal exposure? 2 months passed. Then, Enron announced a $1.2 billion write-down. Plain English, the numbers weren't real. The stock started sliding, and that's when the situation shifted from corporate scandal to personal disaster. Ken Lay stood in front of employees and, so calmly, told them the stock was a bargain. A lot of people believed him, actually. And they went all in, with their savings. Then, almost overnight, the lockout started. I need to sell my Enron stock. The system is temporarily unavailable. Day after day, the price kept falling. And yet, nothing changed. They watched, more or less in real time, as everything they had put away slowly disappeared. The sell button? It was disabled. Just like that. They weren't choosing to stay invested. They were trapped. 20,000 people basically stuck on the inside with no way out. December 2nd, 2001. Enron officially filed for bankruptcy. $63 billion. Gone. The day before the filing, top executives quietly approved retention bonuses for themselves. The day after, thousands of employees were let go. No warning, no cushion. Most walked away with just a few $1,000s. The executives? They walked away wealthy. The workers got pink slips. The executives got beach houses. Profits were kept private. Losses? Everyone else paid for those. Arthur Andersen started shredding documents, literally. 85,000 people ended up out of work. The banks wrote checks for fines. Not a single banker saw the inside of a cell. Jeff Skilling went to prison. Andy Fastow cut a deal and cooperated. Ken Lay died before he could be sentenced. Congress responded with Sarbanes-Oxley. Did it fix anything? 2008 happened. Then FTX. Then Theranos. The headlines change, but the pattern stays the same. Here's the takeaway. If someone can't sketch out how a company actually makes money on the back of a napkin in under 30 seconds, it's probably not genius. It's probably a magic trick. Enron couldn't do it. Theranos couldn't do it. Crypto? Same story. This time is different, they always say. It never is. So the next time someone tries to sell you the future, slide a napkin across the table. Ask just one thing. Can you explain this to a 5-year-old? If they can't, run. If this video made you look at financial complexity in a different light, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you've ever come across a company that couldn't pass the napkin test, drop the name in the comments. 20,000 people put their trust in the system and paid the price. You don't have to.